Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Olisa Shofolue Oluwole presenting to you the ideology of MMM Nigeria. Now, there is an ideology behind MMM Nigeria, and that is the world today has metamorphosed from the beautiful world of equality and equity to a bad and corrupt one. It is inhuman. As we see, it is an unfair system, it's unjust. This is the word of money, but you need to know that this money is not meant for you and I. It is meant for those who produce this money in whatever volume that they need it. Okay, these set of people are called the capitalists, and they include the bankers, they include the politicians, and the government officials. Okay, so these people, they have become a capitalist by using only the means of production and using it to earn more wealth for themselves. And the idea behind them is that they employ we the poor masses to work for them. At the end of the day, they are giving little or nothing as what they call salary. Some of them have lied to us that the world is equal, but I tell you that the world is not really equal, because there is nothing equal about the financial system of today's world. Because when you look at yourself, look at them, they live luxuriously, they send their children to the biggest schools, the best of schools, but your own children cannot afford to go to school, can even not afford to eat 3 square meals a day. When you look at their wives, in fact, what they put on as undies is more than what the whole wardrobe of your wife. So how can we say there's equality? There's no equality. The only equality we have is the equality of our rights, okay? That we are free in right to vote or be voted for. We are free in right of movement, freedom of speech, education, and other such fundamental human rights. We all enjoy such rights when it comes to working. Some really work and earn peanuts, okay, where others hardly do anything, but yet they are billionaires today. These people, they have succeeded to amass wealth for themselves using the efforts of the poor ones to enrich themselves. Now we all agree that this is really an unfair system. It is not normal. But the big task is how to break this unfair financial system, which has enslaved many of us for decades now. And the only way out of this is to create a new and fair financial system. That is the only thing that can break our financial chains and save us all. Release us finally from the continuous slavery. Everything old will burn in its fire, and the new will appear. The Fed will be removed from power, and we will no longer develop social inequality. The banks, as they are now, will simply disappear. They will stop robbing the people. In fact, the banks do not produce anything useful. What useful can they do? Give credits at plundering interest rates. As a result, all the population is being burdened with debts. There is a good news for us all, and the good news is that this freedom is almost here. In fact, already it is here, and we have to create this new desire to create financially equality. Now, this the new freedom has been brought about by MMM financial apocalypse. Is inevitable, unavoidable, since now it's just the question of time. The seed was dropped and it would grow. It is already growing. In fact, right now, at this moment, it will not perish. We're talking about MMM has come to create this financial world, but we have to ask the question: what does MMM stand for? What does MMM stand for? As you can see, that MMM is a global mutual aid fund. It is a voluntary informal association of millions and millions of people throughout the earth, rebelled against the financial slavery. They have choose to declare war against the Fed and the banks. They want to take their freedom, their life, their destiny into their hands, and to win this war. And for this aim, they have consolidated their capital. Even though there are small amounts owing to a great number, that is millions of people, is already the power, awesome and invisible power growing every day. Now, we say we have to look at what is the ideology of MMM, or let's say how does it work? How does it work? How are we going to create about this equality, this new financial system whereby everybody will be equal in terms of finance? Now, MMM, it is something close to our hearts. Here, people help each other. Today, you help, and tomorrow, you'll be helped. It is the main principle of MMM. Yes, helping others, and tomorrow you get help. Instead of keeping your spare money that you would not need in the next 30 days or 1 month at the bank, that will eventually enrich the banks and give you nothing as interest, you should rather give that money, okay, use it to provide help to another brother or sister that is in need. And at the end of 30 days, you will be rewarded with 30% virtual money for the kind gesture that you've done. It is a mutual agreement where people are not forced to provide help, but they willingly consent to mutually provide help to each other and be rewarded in turn, okay? Being fully aware of the risks. Yeah, they are all aware of the risks, that MMM does not guarantee anybody's money, but we know that we are doing this because we are mutually agreed to do it. Actually, people don't need a lot of money to join MMM. What they need is the consciousness that they have it. The confidence in tomorrow's day is what everybody really needs. It is just MMM that gives this confidence. It gives a feeling of partnership, that you aren't alone. At this difficult moment, this hardship, this recession, you will never be abandoned, but you will always be helped and supported. MMM is a unit of new society, brighter and better, the new world where there won't be money, current money, where everything will be otherwise. Now, let me quickly talk about the rules and regulations that binds us in MMM. Now, MMM Global Mutual Aid has the following rules and regulations that are binding on all its members in order to ensure its continuity and smooth running, where members will be maximally satisfied and confident. The rules and regulations include the following. 1. Participants are to be responsible in their attitude. 2. The participants, upon merging, when they are merged with somebody to help, they have to provide this help within the next 48 hours to pay all orders, or they face penalty of being blocked. The third step is that when you have received fund from a participant of MMM, you also have 48 hours in which you have to confirm that you receive this fund, or else you face the penalty of being blocked after you have been warned by the CRO to confirm and you refuse to do that. Also, number 4, we don't need to upload what they call fake proof of payment. We call it POP. Fake proof of payment is when you didn't make payment and you uploaded a teller to deceive the other partner that you have paid. Now, this is a kind of trick, a kind of fraudulent act. Now, if you do this and eventually you'll be caught, and the penalty is that you'll be blocked from participating in the system. Last but not the least here, participants are not to check or log into each other's accounts. Only the guider, upon being authorized as a trustee of the account holder, has the right to do so. That means we don't have the right to look into people's accounts. Okay, we don't have the right to log into people's accounts. Everybody operates accounts on his or her own, except the guider, of course. If he hasn't made a trustee, he can do this. Then quickly, we have to talk about something very vital, and this is the benefits that MMM participants get. The benefit that the MMM participants derive from being a participant of this great community. Now in MMM Nigeria, the benefits are numerous, but I start with number one. You have a 30% reward for every help that you provide to another participant of the community. Now, like we said, in 30 days, your money attracts a reward of 30%. That's if, for instance, if you give out 100,000 naira to provide help to somebody in the community, at the end of 30 days, you are receiving not 100,000 naira but 130,000 naira. The 30,000 naira on top is referred to as a reward for you being able to be charitable enough to provide that as a help to somebody in need of 100,000 naira. That will now attract the 30% reward, which is 30,000 naira. So you are getting 130,000 naira in return for the help you rendered after 30 days. Now, the number two is that we have 10% referral bonus on help provided, PH. We call it PH, help provided by anyone you introduce to the system. Now, I'm John, and I bring in James into the system. Now, the system will credit me, John, with 10% of whatever James provides to the system. Now, if James provides 50,000 naira to the system, I, John, will be credited with 10% of that 50,000 naira, which is a token of 5,000 naira for just referring. And that 5,000 naira I receive as referral bonus is going to grow over 30 days by 30% again. That's at the end of the day, I will not be having 5,000 naira, I will be having close to 6,500 or more. That's the referral bonus. Then next, talk about the 5% video of happiness. Now, whatever money you receive from MMM participants, and you are happy and so excited, and you will make a short clip of video, now the system is going to reward you with 5% of that amount you receive. For instance, I received a sum of 50,000 naira from the system. Okay, I'm going to I decided to do a video. At the end of the day, MMM will credit me with a sum of 2,500 naira, which is 5% of 50,000 naira that I received as help from other participants in this system. So you see, everything about MMM is all about money, and also this 2,500 naira is going to grow by 30% at the end of the month. So at the end of the month, you're not having 2,500 naira, you are having well over 3,000 naira for your referral bonus. Then finally, I'll speak about the leadership and guidance bonus that range from 10% rather, to 1%. Now, we call guiders in the community that are there to guide the new ones that are coming to the community, to advise them, to help them out with any challenges they may have. Now, for the guiders, whatever anybody donates in that community, and you're under a particular guider, that guider gets between 10% to 1%. He gets 10% if you are a direct downline to him, which is also equivalent to referral bonus in number 2 here. But for if you are a second downliner, that means the person the guider brings you is taking 5% of any money the person provides. Then if that person brings somebody else again, the guider is going to take 3%. If that person brings somebody else again, the guider is going to take 1% of whatever help this person provides. So as a guider, you stand the chance to be earning endlessly between 10% to 1% in the system. So having said this, I want to really thank you. I want to appreciate you for giving me your time, for hearing me out. Thank you very much for listening to the presentation presented by no other person but Shofoluwe Olisa Oluwole. I reside here in Lagos State, Nigeria, a participant of MMM, and currently I'm in a guider school, and this is one of my tasks to speak about the video of ideology of MMM. So thank you very much for listening. May God bless you. Thank you.